And I'm joined by two of my favourite people on the planet, Mr. Don Martin and Mr. Neil Murdoch of Blue Nation. How's it going, boys?
Oh, thank you for that, man. Yeah, all good, all good.
Yeah, good. That was probably the best intro we've ever had.
Yeah, I think so. It's hanging around.
Everyone normally forgets me. They just go, "Hi, Dom," and I'm like,
That's
You,
"Not true."
that's good though.
obviously, as we sit now, this week is the week that the co-headline tour launches between yourselves on Saturday, first day in Cork,
Yeah.
kicking things off. But what made you guys want to come back to being on the road together so soon after you did it last year when yourselves went out on the road?
Well, for me, I kind of feel like I owed a debt of some kind to Blue Nation because whenever we did the tour, the first one, it wasn't a co-headline. It was just them like supporting us, and I'd never seen them play before. I didn't really know them. I'd never met them before or anything like that. So first night, Edinburgh, somebody got decapitated outside the venue. So it was mayhem from the get go. There was police everywhere, and the place was cordoned off, and we weren't sure if the show was going to go ahead or if anybody was allowed in the venue and everything. The whole street outside was just chaos and closed down. And luckily for us, we were already set up and everything was already ready to go. So they let us continue with the show. So there's a kind of a corridor beside the stage and leads you to the green room backstage, so you can see pretty much everything side stage. So me and Ben went out and we watched them start the show, and it was then that I immediately realized that I'd made a huge error in getting them just as a support act. And I felt like I wanted to do this properly with them as a co-headline because that's they deserve that. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, that not a support act. We're on the same kind of level
No,
type thing, but the respect thing, and I feel like I owed it to them, so I wanted to do this properly.
nice. I mean, when
And
I
we were just sitting there going, "Oh my God, I hope he likes us," because I can see him watching us on the side of the stage. And I was like, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." It was like halfway through Hand Me Down, and then I saw them both nodding, and I thought, "Oh my God, I think I've got it. I think we've got it. I think they're going to be all right." And then I walked off stage, and one of the first things Dom said to me was, "Don't go outside. Someone's had their head chopped off." And I was like, "Hello, mate."
Yeah, it was a pretty special night, man. You don't forget those ones, I'll tell you that much.
But I remember you messaging me that night about that, Neil, actually, because I was saying how that was the first night of the show going off, and you're like, "Well, this has happened. We don't know if we're going to get out of the venue."
And literally, honestly, the security guys, the guys on the door were like, "We could be in here all night," because
Wow.
it happened 100 yards away from us, and they closed one side of the street. And the only reason we could get out was because we had to go up like 4 flights of these steep stairs in Edinburgh.
Oh, wow.
Carrying the gear,
Yeah, carrying
yeah,
all the gear.
amps and
Oh,
everything.
fuck.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it was mental, wasn't it? And then there was probably about 150 police. So it was the safest loadout. We were like, "Oh, should we leave the gear in the street?" And we're like, "Well, I don't think anyone's going to steal it." Is that?
Yeah, no, it was good, but
Yeah, it was madness. It was a madness. Yeah.
yeah, sad for whoever lost their head or for whatever reason. It's
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, it's sad, but back to more positive things with the
uh,
before
uh,
we start talking about people just being decapitated, which is horrible, like you say, for the person involved. But I can understand why that would be burdened in your brain for quite some time.
oh yes,
Like you're saying, I sort of love you guys at the beginning, and I do, that. But the reason I love you guys from seeing you perform is always it's like what I love about most artists I do. It's authenticity, and it is that just genuine. Me and you, Neil, have had quite a few conversations where I'll give mate Mr. James Smith about the difference between someone wanting to be a rock star and someone being a songwriter.
yeah,
You have the posers who are in it for whatever they can get out of it. And then there's people who are authentically just have to do this. They have to write songs. They've just got to get it out of them. They have to perform. They have to play, whether it's to four people in a room or whatever. That's the way. When you're touring with other musicians, like to both of you, is that similar ethos important to you both when working with others?
yeah. I think so. I mean, you can tell straight away if somebody loves this life or if they're just in it for the the stamp of saying, "Look at me, I'm great, you know. Whereas I think me and Neil probably agree on this, that we're kind of the polar opposite of that, you know. Like if I'm loading in gear and somebody stops me and they're like, "Oh, you Dom?" and I'd be like, "No, I just help them set up," because I just don't talk about myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to have the conversation about, you know, the stuff and the things. And then whenever they see me on stage, they're like, "Oh yeah, you are Dom." You know, it's like, yeah, sorry, I just didn't want to talk. Counterintuitive considering the job that I'm doing. But I just have no ego for it, you know, and I can kind of see through people that do have that ego, and I can't relate to them at all. You know, there's nothing relatable there for me, you know, with them. I'm sure Neil would agree with that as well.
Yeah, you need the ego on stage,
Yeah,
right? You need people come and watch people in bands, and I do it as well. I go watch bands and think, God, I wouldn't wear that, or God, I wouldn't move like that. Not from a that I wouldn't do it that way, but more from a I haven't got the I haven't got the cojones to do that. Do you know what I mean? So you want to be taken out of your comfort zone when you're watching bands and stuff like that. I don't like the fact when artists, like Dom says, do that when you're just having a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like be all the rock star you want on stage because that's your domain. But even then, I'm not standing up there. And I know Luke isn't, and Dom and Ben and Charlie and Nick. We're not one of us. And I don't think it's ever crossed my mind. I'm trying to think now if I've sat there and gone, if I did this on stage, it will look cool. It's not. It's just doesn't. How we move on stage, how we are on stage is literally just because of the music,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Like, you know my other half, Lee, as well. She says you cannot dance without a guitar. I was like, I know I'm a horrible dancer, right? But I'm like a frog in a blender. It's horrific, right? It's like, but you stick a guitar on me, and I've got probably 10% more rhythm in my body, but I just feel more comfortable.
yeah, yeah,
It's that kind of you get it a lot. We've met a load of people who you just think, God, something your energy's off here.
Mm.
It
yeah.
doesn't feel right. It can, and you can meet them anywhere. But when you meet an artist and you meet someone like Dom and the boys that you just get on with, and you're sitting there going, what you kind of question yourself. And I said it to Dom on the last tour. I was like, why do we all get on so well? What's going on
Yeah,
here? Because you kind of you sit there and think someone's going to pull the rug from underneath me now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Someone's going to call me stupid and stuff because it's a vulnerable place being on tour because
yeah. It is. It is.
you're knackered, you're on the road, you're in a hotel room, you're going in like you got
Yeah.
brummies with you, and you're thinking, God, Jesus Christ, I wish they'd shut up, you know, and stuff like.
But it's pressure as well, you know. It's pressure to bring, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter how hard it can get or what's going on, or you know, you have to bring your A game every night to that crowd that's paid money to come and see you and listen to your music, you know. And you can kind of tell who's bought their songs and who's written their songs. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can just see right through it. You can tell who's out there buying songs to sing, and you can tell who's lived it and actually has something to say for themselves. And that's the big difference, I think, between a lot of the artists nowadays. You know,
Yep.
it's easy to just get some AI thing to write a song for you. You know, whereas I don't think I could sleep at night if I tried to do that. I already feel like a fraud in my own skin. You know what I mean? I don't need to add on to anything. Yeah, you know.
It's like you say, it's that authenticity, and you can spot it a mile off,
Yeah,
like from an audience point of view as well. You know, we've all been to see gigs, and you just go, no, no,
yeah.
you're not being
Doesn't
yourself.
add up.
You know, you can see it, you're not being yourself, and
Yeah,
people making false promises, like you say. And then, I mean, I remember joking with you and Luke when we were speaking earlier, you know, when you came down to see me and Joe just after playing Just Push Play, because you know, doing the festival and stuff, I can't tell you the amount of times I've had, oh, we've had a really good time, Lee, Joe. We'll come down, we'll have dinner, we'll go out, we'll do whatever. And you and Luke said
yeah,
that, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then what was it like 2, 3 weeks later, Neil, that you actually down and came down and had dinner with us, and
yeah.
you're one of the very few people to do that. You're not, you know what I mean? It's that authenticity, it's that genuineness. And I think that sings really loud compared to just lip service and posing.
It's a rarity. It's an absolute rarity, and I get that everybody's busy and they've got, you know, kids or whatever, and they've got loads of stuff going on. But when somebody does actually take the time to you know, chase up what they've actually said they're going to do, it shocks you a
Yeah, it
little
does.
bit. You're kind of shocked in a way. You're kind of like, "Fuck, this is actually happening." You know, there's a genuineness to it, I think. And you know, Niels and Nick and Luke are very genuine people. You know, they're very genuine souls. Like if they say they're going to do something, you know, probably 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, they're going to do it. You know, so that's there's a lot of reliability there, which I kind of find very attractive. You know.
So it's only, do you know what it is? Being brutally honest, it's only because we've been let down so many times by other people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And we don't want to be those people. And I give credit to Luke's folks, to Nick's folks, to my folks as well. Is that they instilled in all of us, and it was weird. We've never really spoke about this, but we all kind of come at it the same way. It's like if we say we're going to do something, we'll do something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in the same way when we say no to something as well, because this year's been a bit different because we've said no to a lot more stuff than yes to, but we always give a reason why.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, and say, no, we're not doing that, and this is the reason why we're not going to do it, but we wish you the best of luck with it, you know, be it a gig, be it a festival, be it whatever. And sometimes that's hard for people to take.
Yeah.
I would much, in whatever walk of life, but I'm much happier, and I know the lads are as well, that if you say you're going to do something for someone, do it.
Yeah.
Don't say it, right? And it is, you know, I remember when you said to me, Lee, you were like, "Oh, you want to come down?" I was like, "Well, yeah, we told you."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's what we're gonna do." But one of the first conversations I had with Dom, I think Dom, me and you were talking on WhatsApp or text or whatever, and I think I said to Dom, I said, "Don't ever ask me a question you don't want the honest answer to,
Yeah.
because I'll just deal the truth to you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bring it on." And I think from that moment on, I was like, Dom gets this.
Yeah.
Dom is exactly everything we see and we get kind of thing. So I think that's
Thanks,
why,
man.
because it's
It's genuine. It's
if
on
you're pissed off with someone, you're pissed off. If you're happy with him, you're happy with him. If someone's on the low, you ask them what's going on.
Yeah.
Like same way, if I ask Luke what's going on, are you all right? And he goes, I can't talk about it at the minute. I'll talk to you in an hour. Sound, leave him for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not then just on him for, you know, it's kind of, he's got to respect people's boundaries and know when to push forward and know when to go.
I think some people aren't always comfortable with those conversations. Generally, I mean, I know personally, I've always been a kind of heart on my sleeve kind of guy. You know, both of you know, because both of you have spoken to me in the last year of sort of mental health and
Yeah.
well-being stuff that I've been going through. And some people just aren't ready for those conversations at all. So it's almost like they try to reassure them and those kind of things. But like, you know, I've had conversations with mates who, you know, if your mate's being a dick, if you're a genuine friend, you can say, man, you're fucking me off.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to lead to a huge drama or
It doesn't infringe on the friendship. I totally get that. Yeah.
You know, I've had conversations with mates where I've gone, what the fuck are you doing? And then like an hour later, we're having a pint or a beer or a game of pool or or whatever. And people are going, you were arguing a minute ago. No, we weren't arguing. I just told him he was being a dick.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't, there's this thing of people seem to think you can't separate that. And yeah, absolutely can if it's just an honest, genuine conversation.
Yeah. Well, some people are very sensitive, you know, and they'll take any criticism as an assault. So that's why I'm like the world's quietest man, you know. I've learned my lesson, I think, over the years, to just keep it to myself now. Unless it's somebody like yourself or somebody like Neil or Luke, you know, and Nick, that they can actually take it and go like, oh yeah, okay. Not that they've ever been a dick or anything like that, but if they were and I called them out on it, they would go, okay, well, Dom said I'm being a bit of a dick, so I know it's coming from a place that maybe I am actually being a bit of a dick, you know what I mean? That's a rarity, man. That's a rarity to find.
Yeah, it's not easy, but they are out there, and it's nice that you guys have found that, you know, common ground amongst that, and obviously that's led to, you know, wanting to do more shows together and have that kind of, because, you know, anyone out there who's ever been on the tour will know the kind of pressure cooker environment that it already is. You know, and I saw a thing where you saying like, even when you got separate dressing rooms, you were hanging out with each other. I've known bands and dealt with bands that just push play who won't even be in the same room as each other because something's kicked off. Or,
just for the record, we don't ask for permission. We just bowl them. Just in our pants, going, all right, we're staying in here now.
Oh, you can smell it patchouli and vodka. I mean, it's the.
Just to clear that up, everyone, we're not drinking the vodka.
No, we're not drinking the vodka.
We're spraying our clothes with it to keep them fresh. That's what we're doing. Which we
best strategy I've ever heard. It's a great strategy. It works.
We learned off Robert Plant.
Is that right?
Yeah. He used to, so
Did not know
we
that.
got it from Ollie,
Mm.
who Ollie said he used to spray back in, back when washing machines weren't a thing.
Yeah,
Probably revealing something I probably shouldn't, but who cares? They used to spray patchouli on it to keep the clothes fresh, but gin and vodka 'cause it used to kill the bacteria from the sweat.
yeah, that's genius.
There you go.
It is, isn't it? It is totally.
They weren't just like the world's best musicians. They were also like, clothes enthusiasts and fresh goddesses.
I mean, there's other stories that Ollie's told me that I can't tell you, but it's.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Stop ruining the fantasy.
Oh no! If anything, it adds to it. So
Oh, that's good, man.
Well, you talk about some more iconic things there on this venue run that you got places like the 100 Club and stuff like that, which is pretty fucking crazy. Have you guys played there at all?
Yeah, we've played a few times there.
Good times.
You both played it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice, man.
Yeah, a couple of times.
It's probably the filthiest venue that I've ever been in a good way.
Yeah, I think a venue needs a bit of filth.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. You ever been to one of those really clean ones? You kind of feel like you're not supposed to put fingerprints on things and stuff. There's a lot of grunge in that venue, and I'm glad that they haven't went down that route of like, let's clean everything up and take all the history out of the walls and all that kind of stuff. I do like that.
The dressing room is tiny.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
A two-seater couch in there, and there's an arcade game machine in there as well.
Yeah.
Like playing Paperboy and stuff like that, which we obviously go on. But you just look at all the names on the walls.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have to walk through the side of the crowd to get on stage.
Yeah, and then there's a big pillar in the middle, so you can't see the sound guy. So if you're there and you're singing and you need something in the monitor or something, you can't actually signal to him to get it. And I love the danger in that.
There's no way that venue should sound as good as it does.
That's crazy.
It's just you've got a pillar in front of one of the speakers, and in the middle of the stage you've got a wall 5 feet behind it. You've got stuff over to your right where people sit behind you.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible sound and the energy in there. I find always unreal.
Yeah, the crowd's amazing. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. For London as well, it's mad. It's mad. You can really feel it. I tell you what happened once. My dad, as you know, somebody that manages this, is a very staunch Glaswegian. Dom calls him Ron Seal because he does exactly what he said does on the tin.
That is a perfect name for your fucking dad, by the way.
He's a legend.
The record, he loves that nickname.
I'm so glad because I don't want to offend him. He's Glaswegian. He's stronger than I am.
No, he loves it.
Next time I speak to your dad, I'm going to call him that and just say,
call him Ron Seal.
I hope it catches on. I really do. It's just one of the best nicknames I've ever come up with.
Oh, it's genius.
It's perfect for Ron as well.
Yeah, anyone that knows him knows that is perfect. But we did this gig, and I'm always like, oh my God, that gig's amazing. That gig was amazing because you're always on a bit of a high.
Yeah, adrenaline.
My old man will be like, it was good for this and this, but you need to hit here and here's where, because you need that kind of guidance of don't get big, right, for you.
That's the honestness of them as well. I love that because it's good to have somebody like that because whereas your perception of a good show, because you're on the stage, you're only really hearing what you kind of maybe want to hear sometimes, and you're only really in that moment in a certain way, whereas he's like seeing the entirety of the show. So we've seen a lot of things that we don't. And to have somebody to just be that honest is that's gold, absolute gold.
Normally 10 seconds after I walk off stage.
yeah. Don't let them live it up. Like
no. But this one time we walked off the stage at the 100 Club, and he looked at me and just went, "That was electric." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And he was like, "Unbelievable." And I was like, "God," So it was that.
Yeah,
place has that energy to really pull something out of you.
Yeah, but then you kind of go, what was it then that was so good about it? And you try and replicate whatever it was, and it's a trap. It's an absolute trap as well.
Yep.
It's just
do it again.
It's like anything. If you try and replicate it, you'll never get it back. You'll never get it.
You won't. Yeah, so it's very spur of the moment. Yeah.
You just got to trap that line in the bottle while it's there and enjoy it. You can't try and recreate it.
I'm just glad it happened once, mate. I'll take that till my grave. I'm happy. I'm more than happy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
But you're talking about, bits and pieces of the tour, but you guys have thrown everything at it. I mean, I've never ever seen any other bands go do a co-headline tour and put out a guitar and not just slapping their name on a guitar, building it as a one-off. And
Yeah,
literally everything about this is a combination of everyone involved.
yeah, it is.
Physically, design-wise, everything. Whose idea was it to, start the journey? Obviously, it was a collaboration. You can tell by the details of the instrument. We can get to
Yeah,
that.
I give Neil the full credit of the idea of that, without a doubt.
Yeah, but that saying that makes it sound like I came up with this genius thing and knew it was a genius thing from the start. I didn't. I did it stupidly, like most things start with us. So I was on a meeting with the two management teams and the PR teams,
Yeah.
and they were talking about obviously we're going to put the tour out and and do this kind of stuff. And I was on a messenger with Luke, and they were saying, "Oh, it'd be good if we could do something together." It was like prefaced of like that kind of thing, and a load of stuff was floating, and it just wasn't kind of hitting the mark for me because it had all either been done before, and I kind of having spoken to Dom, these last year or so, whatever, we've got to know each other. So I'm always sitting there thinking, now this has to be authentic for
Yeah.
both of us. Because if I'm the one that has to trip up to Dom and say, Dom, I've got this idea, I know that man will tell me if it's shit or not, right? So, which is right. This is what I
Yeah.
want.
What we
And
said.
Yeah.
I want to trip up to him and go, look, I've got this, and he goes, yeah, I'm in, kind of thing, which is what he did. And I was messaging Luke while on this meeting saying, how would you feel if we like both bands built a guitar together and we kind of put different elements of it together? And Luke, and I was a bit nervous about it, and Luke good because he's just like, yeah, absolutely, that's cool. So then I suggested it to the team on the call, and I was thinking they'd just shoot me down, and kind of all their mouths hit the floor and went, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" And then I thought, "Shit, I've actually got to do this now with everyone, and I've still because I'm on this meeting, right? So I've got like loads of people in the industry excited about it, and I'm going, "Oh shit, I hope Dom likes this idea." But it always, from the word get go, from when we were having conversations, it had to be real, it had to be authentic. It
Yeah.
was like, and one, I know that's us, and two, I know it's Dom and the lads as well,
Yeah.
because you can't go out and buy an Epiphone or a Fender and just go, oh yeah, this guitar, win this. You can, right? And it will kind of work because people will want to buy it, but win the ticket, well, buy a ticket to win it. But I think the main thing was, how cool will this be if this is just a one of one absolute custom that has just got all us all over it, right? And it's just us. And like the biggest compliment I can give to the people that helped us, so like House of Tone Pickups and James Home of Tone and Jessica Rose who did the artwork, is like when we have an interview like this, Lee, people go, "Oh my God, it's so you two."
Yes.
Right? Which is so cool because yes, we had the idea, but when it came to the artwork, when it came to the electronics, that was brought by the other people that said, this is what, it should have your electronics, Neil. It should have
Yeah.
Luke's neck. It should have the pickup that Dom uses, and we'll use a telly bridge because Dom's used a telly before. Right, let's use Nick's first ever guitar case, which was Nick's idea.
Yeah.
So the guitar case is Nick's first ever guitar case,
Wow.
which is given, right? And the artwork from Jess was like 15 to 18 hours, and we didn't tell her what to do. And Dom and I were absolutely adamant that we have to let an artist be an artist. So I was kind of like, this could look shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know because you're kind of giving yourself
Yeah,
to.
you give that trust, yeah.
Yeah, and it came back, and I saw it and thought, Jesus Christ, this is just spot on. And the Dom's artwork element of his colours and the Celtic cross and then the Celtic knot, meaning brotherhood and stuff. We just, every time we said to people, this is what we're doing, everyone went, we're in. It's not going to cost you a penny apart from like cost, right?
Yeah.
So we're so lucky to have people in this industry that have backed us, And I remember, and people have called me out, tried to, and gone, yeah, but you didn't put it together. I was like, no, I was sending Dom pictures of volume and control knobs of which ones to pick. I liked these ones, Dom liked the other ones. And what annoyed me the most is the ones that Dom picked worked way better in the guitar. And I was pissed off. And I was, so it was like, and I don't think you can fake that because when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's Blue Nation and Don Martin all over.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's
what I get from looking at it. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel as well. I mean, it's a complete one-off. You know, there's no parts of that that are replicated from anything else. It's just it's a beautiful one-off, one of a kind. And I mean, like, I really hope that it goes to somebody who cares about music and guitar as much as we do. And maybe it's somebody that doesn't actually have a guitar and it inspires them to go on and play and, you know, create something out of something that we all kind of put some time into, you know.
Yeah, man.
No, that'd be cool, man. Like,
It's been fun, but frigging terrifying
Yeah.
because I didn't think we were going to
You,
get done.
you want to keep it too, you know, you want to kind of, you don't want to give it away. And then you hope it goes somewhere good. And if it goes somewhere where maybe you didn't really want it to go, it's like, you know.
If a D Martin from Belfast wins it, nobody asks any questions.
You don't want trouble from here, let me tell you. What guitar? I don't even know what you're talking about.
it goes back to that authenticity thing we were talking about earlier. Like when we were talking before now about, you know, what was going on with the guitar, and like when I got, you know, Whit sent over the press for the guitar and showed me, you know, like you say, talking about, excuse me, you know, like the Luke's wood being used in the neck and everything else, and now I didn't realize until you just said about it being Nick's actual case, which is awesome, but literally bringing in every element of everyone into this, and it'll be a complete collaboration compared to, you know, what you see some bands doing. I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but just like slapping a bit of color onto a guitar or a sticker saying, right, this is NX guitar. To have that level of authenticity of it being so genuine and art, because you've put the effort in. Like I say, you were scrutinizing over volume controls where most people
it was that
second
level
look.
of detail, you know.
Yeah.
It is down to that the kind of level of detail. I think we should all maybe sign the back of it as well. You know, whenever whoever gets it and we're handing it over to them, we should all maybe sign it
Yeah.
if that's what they
I
want.
can't wait to get my guitar signed by everybody and have it.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be like that singing on Father Ted when you got the one tick.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But I tell you what, I forgot to tell you this actually, Dom. I got a message today, right? A guy says, "Look, I can't make the tour because I'm on holiday in Australia." He goes, "But I've bought a ticket to one of the venues to enter the draw." And I'm like, "That's great, but can you not tell everybody?" I probably shouldn't tell everybody this because we do actually want to play to an audience.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
was
turn
like,
up and it's like
wow, that's mad.
500 tickets sold and nobody's there. Yeah.
It's pretty bad because you've got quite a few dates on this tour that are, you know, load tickets or sold out, and now you're just going to go to the venue and there's going to be 4 people there and a big load.
Yeah.
And
Just like normal then.
Yeah,
It's just like normal.
we just need to give a guitar away at the end of this one.
That's
It'll be
it.
good. It'll be good. I think I have a sneaky feeling the guitar is gonna dwarf both of us with
Yeah.
like people wanting to look at it and take pictures of it and stuff like that. And that's cool, man. Because
I
that
agree.
ignites people into playing an instrument.
I mean, it's become bigger than the sum of its parts. Let's be honest already.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's exactly what we wanted. And I just hope and pray it goes to someone who is just not going to stick it. If they are going to stick it on the wall, that's cool. I mean, each their own. But I'm a big believer in instruments need to be played, and
Yeah.
that's
There's a certain amount of like letting go with this whole thing, you know, that we just have to just let it go.
I don't think I can, Dom. That's the problem.
I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll help you through it.
I'd say that to Luke when he built me that bass, because he was like, I really like playing this, Lee, and I'm like, yeah, but you are giving it to me, Luke. So
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah.
I never thought. I mean, obviously we've both got connections with our own guitars and stuff like that
Yeah.
for various different reasons. But what started out as this could be really cool has turned into something which is like, I really like this guitar, and I'm not a Fender boy. I'm a Gibson boy.
Yeah, I'm with
So
you.
yeah, so me and Dom are a bit conflicted because you don't play Strats, do you? I don't play.
No, that's when I was so happy that it was going to be a kind of Strat type thing, because then the attachment was gone for me for a little while, but then I was kind of like, well, it's such a great piece, you know. I kind of want it.
It feels great as well.
This will be the end of our band and our friendship. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a massive fight. Massive fight over the guitar. What's it like going on
Bring it
tour?
on.
We just fought for like 10 days.
The guitar was a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
Will the guitar be played on the tour? That's the sort of thing a lot of people I've seen asking on the comments and things.
Yeah,
I would
well,
think so.
I'd say so. Yeah, I think we're gonna share it about a bit as well, so everyone can have a little bit of a play. Not audience wise, us, I mean.
Yeah,
But there's I've got one idea which I need to talk to Dom about, so I'm not going to give you that exclusive.
No.
No, I'll tell you
a
after.
little, a little
Just not-
surprise.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
something that I think will kind of make it front and center
yeah,
in a very subtle, nice way.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Already in a classy kind of, again, authentic way rather than it just being posy and flashy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, totally. It just I really think that it will kind of overtake us a little bit.
Yeah, but it's just so classic us, isn't it? Deflect everything away from us.
Yeah.
Some other
Look at
things we
look
don't have to have
at
the pressure of doing anything important. You know what I mean? It's just so classic, bloody us. Like,
Yeah,
well,
loads of people have said, "Oh, what?" You know, because before the guitar, everyone was like, "Okay, so how's it going to work? What's going to happen? Who's gonna go on first? Who's going to go on second? How long are you doing?" Da-da-da, and all these questions. The minute the guitar arrived on the scene, it was like, "So the guitar." It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Nobody
just-
cares about the songs of the show or anything else anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you're not going to get that person come up to you asking, "Are you Dom Martin anymore, Dom?" You're going to go, it's going to be, "Dom, is that the guitar?"
yeah, pretty much. That'll be it. Yeah, I hope so.
Weirdly, that happened on the last run of shows. Do you remember when I showed you someone had taken a picture of you and I, Dom, loading out
Yeah,
at the end of the
yeah.
night? And this doesn't happen to us, but someone had
Oh,
taken a picture of us loading out.
yeah,
Obviously, we're on our skivvies and stuff, kind of
Yeah.
coming out and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah," I was like, "They could have just come and spoke to us," kind of thing. But yeah, it's like,
yeah,
wow, that freaks me out a bit
yeah, yeah.
in a
It's a bit
nice way.
weird.
I think
Yeah,
people want to talk to people as they're loading in or leaving out, and I think that's people want to get to, like we've spoken about before on various things. You know, people want to have that look behind the curtain and just
yeah.
touch
It's the
base.
people that don't say anything that's what freaks me out. You know, they come to the merch desk and then they wait in line, and there's like maybe 30 or 40 people behind them, and they don't move on after you've kind of, you said a few words and you've signed their CD or something. Thanks for coming to the show. Hope you enjoyed it and all that stuff, and then they just stand there.
Dom, I did that once, and you never let me live it down. That's like I did that.
So
Yeah,
you got on the whole tour, Neil, just by awkward silence and just waiting.
Look at him. Yeah.
Dom just eventually broke and went, "Do you want to play next year?"
Mate, it's not below me.
that's it.
It's not below me. Don't you ever underestimate my ability to stalk people, right?
Hey man, I've actually stood at your merch desk line.
He did.
Although I didn't pay for the t-shirt, I still got something like. But I did. I stood in line, and at your merch desk, I think it was in Blackpool.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the merch desk, and I can see Dom in the queue, and I can see all these people taking photos of him in the queue, and he's just standing there. I think you had a backpack on as well.
Yeah, I was in
He's
like
standing
full
there.
on. Yeah, yeah.
Just comes
Yeah.
up and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Can I please?" I was just like, "Yeah, why are you in the queue?" It's just like I didn't want to push in. I was like, "God, okay, that's mad."
It's good.
It's good
Good
though.
crack.
It's what makes I think the two bands work is that there's just nothing apart from God, I love your band and God, I love your music, and I just love chilling out and hanging out, and we don't have to pretend.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
to pretend that there's that camaraderie there. It's just there.
exactly. Yeah,
Anytime I've seen yourselves now play, the kind of banter that you have on stage between Luke and Nick has always been prevalent. Has always kind of been a characteristic of a Blue Nation live show. And what's been clear to me amongst this thing, and I'm looking forward to coming to the York show. I'm going to sort that out and go and come up to see for that. But is that the same banter between yourself, Luke, and Nick is now between you, Dom, Charlie, and Ben? It is there, and you can even if you just watch like a live stream of yours and Ben's logging on, winding you up. You know what I mean? It's evident that it's already that.
Gave me so much shit for not being on that live stream for the record, right? The man that every time I ask him for something, I'm like, "Oh, can you do this for me?" He goes, "Oh, I'm just the bass player. You don't want me. You don't want me." One live stream I don't invite him to, and I'm inundated with messages going, "Oh, so I'm not wanted on the live stream then?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "You never want to." You guys like would you do it? He goes, oh well, no, but I'd be nice to be asked.
Look, work with Luke. You should know us bass players are awkward. We're very, very sensitive people.
No,
God,
that's true. It's true.
no need bass players, man. It's always
We're in a three-piece without one, mate. That's all I'm going to
No,
say.
that's it. Here, listen.
Don't tell them that though, because they'll all think they're important. Don't.
Yeah, I tell you what, you couldn't get a better guy than Luke and a better guy than Ben,
Very
like backing you up on a stage. I mean, they're so solid, you know what I mean? And they keep it going. They just keep it going, you know what I mean? They keep that thing going, man. It's great to sit and be able to watch that every night that you play on stage together, you know, and just be proud of them and be so like enthralled in their playing and their charisma and what they bring to the music is it's very few and far between, I think, you know. You know, you watch other bass players, they just stand there, or, you know, they're, I don't want to say boring, but they're maybe so hyper focused on not making a mistake or something that they end up looking a bit stiff, maybe, or a bit, you know, a bit tight, maybe. But
Definitely, like the first time I saw you, Dom, like, you know, when I first saw you a couple of years ago, that was what kind of resonated with me. I mean, like I say, I play bass, so I naturally look at a bass player and I play.
yeah,
And seeing Ben and Charlie up there, like when you're going off and you're, you know, you're on your soloing and doing the thing in your ether, they're still in the pocket, but they're in there. Anything you can see, they're in the zone of what they're playing. And
exactly. But I've always said to the guys that play with me is don't follow me, follow the bass player and follow the drummer. You guys form your own thing, because if you follow me, I'll mess you up because my timing's all over the place. You know, I don't go to the click of what they're doing. I do and I don't, but I can go off on one and I've noticed if people try and follow me, it kind of throws the whole song off a little bit. So I always say, you guys just lock in and just, that's your domain, you know, and everybody has their own time to shine. And it's a beautiful kind of thing to realize that and to be able to articulate it to people and say, don't come this way, you know, with me, you just stay in your lane over there. And it works perfectly in this kind of, in that three-piece kind of thing, you know, there's nowhere to hide.
no, there's not.
You know, you add in another player, like a piano player or something, you've got a bit more room to hide there, you know. So it's very raw and it's very honest music, and I love that about the guys I play with, and I love that about Blue Nation as well, that they can't hide, you know. So it all just flows out of you, you know. You have to give it your 110%, no matter how you're feeling or no matter what's going on in your life. You know, you gotta bring that A game every night for whoever's turned up, even if it is just 4 people. And to be able to articulate what you need and what you want, I think is a big part of that too, you know. And to have bandmates that actually understand you in that regard and that get it, and you know, there's danger, but it's a nice danger. There's an edge to it, but it's a very sharp edge, but it's a nice kind of sharp edge, you know.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
I knew Ben was a good bass player, right? Obviously watching him, but I don't know the technicalities of bass playing or even guitar playing for that matter of fact. when Luke turned to me in the first sound check and went, "My God, he is a player." About it. Now,
Yeah.
Luke is one of the best bass players I've ever seen in my life.
I agree. I
Some
agree
of the stuff he
100%.
does is
Yeah.
terrifying, right? And
Yes.
it's beautiful because I'll go, you know that thing he just did? He goes, I have no idea what it was. And
Yeah.
he just, right? He's kind of
Yes,
one of
yeah.
those, very much like you, Dom, with just that virtuoso. It just happens, right? But when
Right.
Luke said about Ben, my God, this guy is a player, I know it's serious because Luke's praise for people is few and far between because he's on that level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, whoa, God. So I was like, and then I intently watch Ben and just how he hangs it together and lets Dom have that freedom. And it's really interesting. Sorry, Dom, everyone's gonna be watching Ben now. It's
Oh, no, it's good. It's good
it's
stuff.
really interesting. It's really interesting to watch Ben and how he kind of,
He really does piece it all together.
yeah, I wouldn't say conducts.
Yeah.
Dom, my own opinion is you're conducting Dom, but it's really interesting that you just throw it to Ben sometimes to conduct and take over.
Yeah.
And because you're like, I want to go off in this realm. You hold this while I go over there, and
It's like it's almost like you can literally see you throw the reins to Ben and go,
yeah.
right, turn off.
I have no idea if that's what you're doing, mate, but
You know what? It's just it's like a kind of understanding without words. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And music should be like that, and it's so hard to find people that would be on that kind of same wavelength on a stage, in the middle of it. Because it's different every night, there's no real set pieces in the music. There's no real, this is this part coming up, and this is where that changes and stuff. It's very much off the cuff a lot of the times. So yeah, sometimes I just I'm lost in this song now because we've been playing it for so long and I have no idea where I am. So you take over and get us back in, because he's the timekeeper. Ben's just the timekeeper for me. So if I'm losing my way, because my timing's all over the place. So if I'm going a bit off with it, Ben's always there, solid as a rock, to kind of bring it back in. And that's hard to find. That's definitely hard to find. That's why he's still there. If you notice how many drummers I went through in the past 8 years, man, you'd be like, he's went through so many drummers and he's had that same bass player for I don't know, 4 years now. That says something. That's a statement, and it's a testament to his playing and his ability as well. You got to respect that.
Absolutely.
For the record, if he sends me any of this interview, I'm denying all of it as AI.
We have that plausible deniability thing. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't me, Ben. All AI.
Look, it's all grainy and shit. Of course it's AI.
It's not a real fire behind you.
Aye, that's it.
The background, green screen.
Yeah.
You guys have kind of alluded, and you were talking about you got stuff to talk about after this, but of certain surprises. Stop trying to make sure that it looks like AI now.
Dom's made me so really nervous now that my fire's going to go out, so I'm hyper vigilant on it. Dom's the fire master, right? And I know he's judging me right now for.
I'm not. I'm letting it go. Come on.
Just letting it slide this time.
I'll get a WhatsApp after this. Sorry, mate. Go on.
That's right. I was going to say, you kind of alluded to, a minute ago about other surprises that are out on the tour. Not expecting you to spoil any of that, but what can people expect from the tour that they may not have seen?
Well, they can expect 2 bands playing music. That's it.
That's got a bit of a poster.
That's it. What a quote. Put that on the poster. 2 bands playing music. Done.
That's my sense.
That is going to be the tagline for this interview on my YouTube and Spotify channel.
Here, what more could you want? You know what I mean?
Says it all.
Keep it simple. That's my motto. Keep it simple, man.
It goes back to Ron Seal, doesn't it? Does what it says on the tin.
Exactly. Good old Ron Seal. I know. Listen, there'll be lots of things happening on this tour. There'll be ups and downs and circles and squares and all sorts of crazy stuff. And we got a couple of little things up our sleeves to keep everybody on their toes. And it's not going to be what you expect. I guess some of it, without a doubt. And there's a lot of love. There's a lot of respect. There's a lot of adoration. There's a lot of deservedly, being there. There's a lot of that kind of everybody's exactly where they need to be. You know what I mean? That's a great thing. There's a lot of camaraderie and brotherhood and a lot of love. And that's just something you don't see very often anymore, and it's genuine. It's not like we're all getting paid to go up there and plaster on fake smiles and trudge through this shit one more time. You know what I mean? It's very organically kind of come together in that way for the good of the entire show. And the venues are all kind of handpicked by both bands as well, in a way, and they're all very kind of good, solid, venues that everybody plays. There's a couple of really good venues. Neil, you're excited about the Liverpool one, I'm sure.
So have we told you how it came about, Lee? All this, no. Right? So obviously, Dom sidled up to us on the. Dom, I can't. What was the venue, Dom? We played in Ireland where there were plants on stage, and you were giving us jip that it was a vegan venue.
That's a good question.
Where was it? Warren Point? I can't remember. I'm rubbish at names. But so Dom sat down with Audrey and Fenton. I was like, look, what he said at the start, we want to do this, da da da. And they started reeling off some of the venues, and I just heard Liverpool Cavern, and they were like, that's all I focused on for the next 10 minutes. and they were talking to me about, you know, different things. You know, when you like that dream sequence in a movie where like everything's a bit blurry and you can hear, and it's like that's all I could hear.
Yeah.
I'm going, they just said the cavern in Liverpool, and then I kind of like, you know, in a film where you zoom back out of it and then you go, so what do you think? They're not American, but like that's how it was in my head.
Yeah.
I was
And
going to say that's an awful impression of Fenton.
yeah, Fenton is American. He just puts on the accent. And I went, yes, immediately, but Liverpool. And they went, we know. And they were like, because we know like a massive Beatles fan. They're like, we know. I was like, fine. So it was, yeah, but it's like 100 Club. But last year, Chester was nuts. Live rooms. Don was telling me.
Live Rooms is such a good venue. I
Great
love
venue.
that venue.
He was telling us beforehand, this is going to be class. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then you literally walk in and the vibe of the whole room and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
going to be something.
Yeah,
I
there's
had that
something
as
about
well.
that venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I played there was with Eric Gales. I was on tour with him, and as soon as I had the same thing that the Live Rooms in Chester. As soon as I got there, I was like, "This is going. I just know it's going to be good." And it did not. It exceeded my expectations even. And the second time we played there, I was like, I so hope and pray that this is going to be the same kind of vibe, and it was. And it was our own headline show, you know.
Nice.
And to go back there again for the third time is going to be, yeah, we're going to blow the roof off the place because we kind of know it now. We know how the room works, and
Yeah.
we know where everything is, and you know, we know how the sound kind of works together with the room and everything. So yeah, it's always it's the audience. At the same time, it's the audience. They go to that live room in Chester, like for every time they're so enthusiastic. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like an old 70s rock show. You know what I mean? It's just got that vibe. I love it.
It is up a notch.
It yeah.
Feels like a real full circle because a lot of people a lot of people ask me and Luke and Nick in interviews, so like what's it like on tour and stuff like that. But then the question that always follows up is, do you guys talk to each other outside of like touring? And I'm like, you're joking, it, yeah? I don't leave the man alone. I was just but we're all like, and like Ben, I think on one day last week I spoke to Fenton, Audrey, Dom, and Ben, like, and it wasn't even about tour stuff. It was just like,
Just chatting.
hey man, hey, you know, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
this one, but obviously we didn't have that before the last run of shows because we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, every single time I keep coming to it, now it's like days away. I'm like, oh, good. We're just gonna literally hit the ground running from the first night.
That's
Do you
it.
know what I mean? It's gonna be first night, and it's like, oh, I'm back with my pals.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man.
That's cool. That's really so that feels really full circle moment and like a
Yeah.
no,
It's rare.
yeah,
It's
we'll
so
just
rare.
roll into it.
Yeah.
Israel. So, you know, what does, you know, we spoke about the tour a lot, but individually, both for Blue Nation and for yourself, Don, what does the rest of the year and into 2026 hold out for both camps?
Stalking Don Martin.
Heard an abuse of those Blue Nation lads.
Once you've had enough of them.
You know, next year is going to be a busy one for me. I've got a lot of things going on. It's going to be there's going to be a few things I've wanted to do for many, many years, I think, and I hope it takes off. You know, I hope it works. We're going to try a few new things and see where it lands. You know.
Well, I know about these things. Have you told me about these things?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I just didn't want to say anything. I'll be really honest. I don't think you're going to look good in spandex, but I'm just putting it out there.
Listen, you got to try these things, man. They're so comfortable, so soft, you know.
Gotta make it work. Gotta try it out.
Do you know the sad thing is, if he was to put spandex on, I know it would work, which is what hurts me.
He'd somehow look great. He would.
I know it'd just be so annoying.
I don't think I could pull that off, but I'll definitely give it a go. If the money's right, look, we'll go there.
The money. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Progression. I mean, the amount of stuff that people are talking to us about, and it is purely down to the fact that people like Dom, like Lawrence, like Chantal have taken us on tour. They've opened so many doors for us that now we're finding it a hell of a lot easier to book shows, to talk to people, for people coming and visiting us and saying, hey, we want to work with you on this or that, and kind of thing. It's just mind blowing, and it's under no circumstances we know it's because of, yeah, we've worked hard, yeah, we've done kind of need to do, but without people like Dom and the guys opening doors, it wouldn't happen. So it's It's exciting, but
It's
it's fun.
it's the consistency too, isn't it? Like it's just being consistent in it. Like it's so easy to have those days and weeks and months and even years of just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is this the right thing to do? You know, are we in the right place? And it's just having that the sheer will of just the keeping it going, the consistency of it. Just do it anyway. Do everything you can. Not a lot of people think this way. I don't think
No,
and they
sure.
miss the opportunities because they don't put themselves out there. Whereas you guys just keep putting yourselves out there, and you don't know where it's going to lead. Could lead to somewhere greater. It could lead to utter failure. It's a balancing act, really. But it's definitely the consistency in it, and you have to love it.
Yeah.
It goes back to me saying about people who write songs and people who buy them.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference there, and you have to love it. Like you would have to love it because it's not easy. Nothing about this is easy. It's one of the hardest things probably for anybody who's in it full time and doesn't have a job or anything to kind of fall back on or anything like that. It's one of the hardest things I think anybody could do. And it's a passion. You're following your dream, and it's one of the most beautiful things you can do at the same time. It's so conflicting sometimes, but it's I guess it's a kind of mindset, and it's a way of life. And I couldn't imagine doing anything else. If I died tomorrow, I'm happy with what I've done, and I'm glad I got those albums out, especially that Buried in the Hail. That's my wee baby right there. I'm so glad I got that album out of me. Look,
If
and
you're
it's
not going to pass away, Dom, can you do it after the tour? Because I'm really excited
yeah,
for the tour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be around for only the good die young. You know that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just 29th of November. And for
Yeah.
the record, if God forbid anything happens to you, I had nothing to do with it.
It'll be
Just want to put that
premonition
out
here.
there.
We
Yeah.
don't want this interview ended up as compounding evidence, like
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
but
I
I've got
told
his
you so in the
guitars.
moment. Yeah. Well, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Good.
Good. We don't want you to leave anytime soon, my friend.
I don't want anyone to leave anytime soon. We're gonna
If
stick
you did,
around for a while.
if you
Yeah.
did explain this industry to anyone, I remember a fan asking me once, like, "Oh, did you go out afterwards?" And I'm like, "No." It's like,
No,
what do you think we do? We have to
it'd
pack
be
down the
mental.
gear, get it in the
Yeah,
van, get back to the hotel at a stupid hour, take like the valuable stuff out that we don't, just in case the stuff gets nicked,
yeah,
get
Yeah.
to sleep, get up for breakfast, drive to the next place, go to soundcheck and do that again and again and again.
yeah,
Now that sounds like I'm moaning. I'm not. I love it.
yeah. I
Every
love it.
single second of it is just
Yeah,
amazing. When you forget your room number because you're in the same kind of type of hotels,
yes,
it's everything I ever wanted when I was 14 years old, thinking I want to start a band.
yeah,
I wanted people to come up to me and go, "That was a great show," or I'd buy
yeah,
t-shirts and stuff, or be on the road and stuff like that.
yeah. After like the eighth or ninth show in a row, you're exhausted. It's an exhaustion that you've never felt before. You don't get it from like working out or going running or from working 9 to 5. It's a completely different thing. And you get in the van, you're like living the dream.
Yeah.
We're living the dream, guys. You know what I mean? It's like that thing. It's like fuck you. You have to love it so much. Like, and we do. You can tell. You could tell. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. We're not mental. I mean, we're not that mental. You know what I mean?
No.
Just yeah, little
A little bit.
bits of sanity here and there. I'm sure in between it all, but it is a labor of love, and hopefully it pays off someday. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But
I hope people feel that.
yeah,
It literally has just crossed my mind now. I was like, I know, like you smile on stage and we love it and we talk to people and stuff like that, but I hope people look at this show and walk away from the show going, "My God, those boys love what they're doing."
yeah,
And they're enjoying it and they're playing music and they're just, I anyone, and I know there's a million bands. I've had messages from them saying, "How did you do this? How did you get there? And how did you then go there? And how did you get in?" I was like, "We just didn't stop." I've
yeah.
got I've got no words of wisdom apart from we just don't give up.
Just don't stop. That's exactly right. Consistency. That's it. Plus, when you've got amazing songs like you guys do have, you've got the backbone to stand up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we
Not like
also went through writing the shit ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
you
also
have to.
You
You have to.
it's
It's
not
part of
like
the
you're it's
process.
not like there's a level of delusion there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're actually really shit and you think that you're good. It's
But
like you're actually really good and you believe in yourself. That's a difference. You know what I mean? That's the
I've
difference.
spoke to you before, Neil, about the amount of crap that I've been sent for the radio show and or for New Horizon and or for Just Push Play. So there, for the fact that you know that you wrote a crap song, trust
mate. Yeah.
trust me, man.
Live. We did it recently, right? We wrote a song and we thought it was the Dog's Knackers, take it to a few people. And they're like, what is this shit? And
Yeah.
you're like,
Listen, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. You sit there and you're like, oh my God, because you don't matter who you are, don't matter how you're selling out Wembley, you're selling out 50 people as well.
Yeah.
If you put less work ethic in, it won't work. So
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I've released 3 albums and alive albums. 4. I could have released 60 by now.
Yeah.
But there would have been, 57 really shit albums and 3 kind of okay ones in my book,
They're more than okay. Just.
I was just gonna say, okay albums. I'd fucking die if I wrote "Buried in the Hell." I'd be like, right, I'm done. I'm literally done. Just enjoy that and just go there.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It really is, and I'm working on new stuff. Don't worry. There's definitely more albums to come, but there's so much material that it's embarrassing almost, like just how much material there is there that I can't use, because whether it's like too long or it's too psychedelic or it's too this or too that, it's not right for the fit of what we have created.
It'll find its way, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's definitely a place for everything.
Yeah,
but a lot of it's dog shit, you know what I mean? At the same time.
Right, I'm gonna pull him up, right? Because Dom sent me his dog shit, and it is by far dog shit. It's incredible, right? So don't let him kid you that he's sitting there going, "Oh, that's rubbish." I've heard some of Dom's tracks; they're fucking unreal, right? I've gone, what are you doing? Why aren't you releasing this? He's like, "Oh, it's not ready yet. I've got to do this." I was like, "Oh,
so much more work, Yeah.
Sorry, Dom.
Thank you, Neil. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
It was bullshit. It was bullshit because it's amazing.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Well, that kind of leads us on to the final bit that I got noted. Obviously, like, we are doing this as part of a takeover show to celebrate the tour. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm going to, like, say, I'm going to come up to the York date, so can't wait.
It's going to be great to see you again, Lee. It's been too long, man. It's been way too long.
It's been a long time, my friend. So yeah, it's going to be good to catch up with you guys. I've been had the fortune of to have both of you on the show for quite a few times. So you know how it works at the end. Normally, I'd get you to pick a song of yours to end the interview with. But as you're both on and you're both doing the tour, Neil, pick a Don Martin song.
Easy, unhinged for me.
Oh, okay.
Slaps live as well, and like it's cool.
Okay,
it's cool.
Don, pick a Blue Nation track.
I would have to say "Run Straight Ahead."
And we'll look those in, and we'll bridge the interview with these two, and then we'll just celebrate the tour with the rest of the show.
Lovely.
Woo!
Guys, I know you got other things to do, so thank you very much for your time. Neil, I'll catch you later, man. And much love to you both, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Lee.
Lee.
All right, bye, guys.
Take it easy.